Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's been a good week. Here it is May... something. It's May 14th?
I don't know.
It's May 13th.
Where is that calendar?
No, it's May 12th. It's May 12th, 2000. I didn't buy a 2000 calendar, sorry.
You didn't? What's wrong with you?
I'm waiting for the actual millennium, 2001.
Ah, I see.
There's no year zero. Technically, we're still in the 20th century, yeah.
Okay.
We're in the 21st century. Well, yeah.
What?
Next year, yeah.
Okay.
They'll have to change the name to 21st Century Fox. Dun, 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 you know,
Maybe they already did. We
for
just
Star
don't
Wars.
know yet.
Da, 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 ba, 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 da, da, ba, 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 da, da, ba. And then a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
But
We're
okay, but we're talking about
Star Wars.
No. 90210, but I can't.
Oh, no, Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
I wanted to do the music, but I can't think of it.
Oh.
There you go. Because that's what show this is. I think you might be getting confused. Sorry, folks. We had some wine at dinner, and he's a little hyped.
Okay. 90210, Beverly Hills. I'm happy for you, comma, really. That's the name of this episode.
Nobody says that, by the way.
Nope. I don't even think anyone thinks it.
I hate this title. I hate most of their titles.
I hate this episode.
Do you?
This episode was annoying to me in several ways.
All right, well, why don't you start?
First of all, I think that the budget for Nat's hair dye has gone down because it's not looking great. Have you noticed?
I don't think they give a shit what Nat looks like at this point.
His hair, I think his hair was going fairly naturally gray, and now it's black almost. Maybe this is just the actor's choice or whatever, but they are really dyeing that hair like hardcore. It looks fake.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I didn't notice. I don't pay that much attention to Nat. I think that's the way they intended.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Remember when Nat had a heart attack?
Yeah.
That's never come up again. He got married too.
Yep, and he had a baby.
No one cares.
Well, that's why he's not around so much.
You know, they should make a show, a Beverly Hills prequel show. It could be called Nat, or it could be called
The Peach Pit?
or it could be called The Pit, the Peach Pit, or whatever. It could be dark too, if you want, dark and brooding, or you could do Happen Lightly.
I can't imagine Nat being in a dark, brooding show.
Oh my god! But
although we did get some prequel Nat stuff in that one episode where he runs into that old love of his life.
Yeah, he was an actor in some movie or something like that.
Yeah.
They could totally make a show towards the final seasons of the show would just be intercut of the one scene that he gets in every episode now.
Are you having some feelings about the end of 90210? Is that where this is coming from?
Are you having feelings about it?
Happiness. Happiness is my feeling.
Yeah. Unlike Camille. Camille doesn't feel happy about the end.
Well, no shit. So poor Camille has been broken up with by David.
Mm-hmm. And Donna now.
And Donna, her and David had lunch, and she goes back and she's like, that was the longest lunch ever, huh?
Why? Here's the thing. So, to preface all of this, what you're about to say. Oh my God, you look so pissed. You hate when I preface things.
I hate when you interrupt me to, correct me.
To give more context to what you're talking about?
Give your fucking context.
Oh my God. This is the woman that comes up to me and says, just out of the blue, we haven't talked in 20 minutes. And she'll come up to me and she'll be like, so I'm thinking blue, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? Remember 45 minutes ago we were talking about the color of the cards? Oh, yeah, okay. She just... Yeah, no context Carol is what we call her.
Okay.
Behind her back.
Whatever.
Anyway, so to give this a little bit of context, Donna and what are you doing there? Just so you guys know, she's massaging her breasts in front of me.
I'm not massaging my breasts. My upper chest is sore.
Oh, okay.
Not my breasts.
Doing too many 30-degree barbell bench press, huh?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so Donna and David are having a conversation earlier, like the night before, about how, like, because Noah walks in on them.
Oh, yeah, making out.
Canoodling
on the couch.
On the couch.
He doesn't even knock. He just walks into Donna's place or David's place.
It's David's place. He lives there, too.
Oh, that explains why he didn't knock. Oh, that was dumb of them.
They're right in front of they're right in the couch, right in front of the door.
Yeah, okay.
But he's like, oh, sorry, and he, like, leaves or whatever. And they have this conversation about David being like, hey, I gotta fucking tell Camille that we're dating, because that's apparently how Noah found out.
Wow.
Because Camille knows that they're broken up because he broke up with her, but he doesn't know that he's dating Donna now. Mm-hmm. So that's the lunch that she comes back from, is David talking to her. That's one of the things that annoys me about this episode, though. We can't see this conversation.
They do so much shit off screen in this show.
It's like she just comes in, she's like, yeah, like you said, longest lunch ever. He told me, like, here I am hugging the other woman.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
Because Donna's, like, comforting her, which is a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
And then Donna's like, so, I don't think we should work together anymore. And Camille's like, no, you can't do that. I need to work.
I'll kill myself.
I can't lose this, too.
Yeah, she's like, I'll buy you out. I'll give you money or whatever to get the fuck out of our lives.
Camille's like, no. I want to stay. Which, like, if they had more episodes, I guess that could be some kind of tension, but they really don't.
No.
So just let her buy her out.
They need to wrap this shit up.
Like, it's annoying. Annoying shit.
Mm-hmm. So, then, I guess we'll just do the Camille storyline real quick.
Is there more?
There's more, yeah. So then Donna goes over because she's supposed to have dinner with David, and David opens the door and he's like, well, no, let's not go inside.
Oh, yeah.
And Camille comes out all crying and everything, and he's like, she just came over, like, she's so upset, like, I don't even know what to do. And Donna's all like, oh, well, you should just talk to her, like, it would probably make things worse if I was there. He's like, yeah, it would. And she looks devastated.
This is ridiculous. Like, they had already broken up. They've already been through it's not, I mean, I could get it if they were just breaking up, but, like, just because she knows he's dating Donna, should that open a door for her to come over and cry to him more?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is really weird.
Yeah.
The whole situation's weird. There's a lot of weird relationship situations coming up.
Boundary issues.
Yeah. So then she comes back to the store and she's like, this is the next day. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I messed up your dinner and I was just so upset and I needed to talk to him. I miss him so much. And she's like, starts going in about this stuff. And Donna's like, look, I'm not the fucking person to talk about.
Yeah, she's like, I can't be hearing this.
We're not friends. And she's like, and Donna, I think, comes off the best of anyone in this episode. Of all the storylines and situations, I think she comes off easily the best.
How so?
Well, but the things she says are true. Like, she says, because she's not trying to be mean, she says to Camille's like, oh, whatever. And that's how Camille sounds.
Sure.
And Donna says, look, I can't be the friend that you tell this to. Because if I give you advice, you won't believe me. And if I tell you I'm sorry, you won't believe that either. Or like if I give you advice, you'll think that I'm like doing it for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. All of that is true.
Yeah, that's true.
And so finally, Camille's like, "You're right. I guess you should buy me out. Will you be generous? Will you give me money?" Which might be the whole point of this.
Maybe.
And she's like, "Yeah, I'll give you a bunch of money."
So bye, Camille.
Out.
Thank God.
We don't need her anymore.
No, we never really did.
No, but her storyline, like you said, it's next week. So this is our second to last episode of the 90210 show, everybody, by the way. I guess we should celebrate that or whatever.
Yeah.
Because next week, the final two episodes air back to back. It's a big, 90210's ending extravaganza kind of thing.
And then we will have an extra long episode to talk about it.
Yeah. 10 years, though, Carol. Can you believe it? 10 years.
No, we have not been covering it for 10 years.
No.
6.
A show that spanned the entirety of the 90s. Yeah, we have been covering it since 1994.
Yeah. Or 7 years. 7 years. 7 seasons.
Well, yeah, 7 seasons of our show.
Because we started talking about it in 94.
But
so,
6 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, I guess we'll save that for next week. But
sorry, guys.
So yeah, Camille's gonna get the fuck out, I guess, or whatever. And then the other, so we have a couple other storylines. We have the minor storyline of Noah and Ellen.
I hate this so much.
And then we have the
Kelly, Matt, Dylan storyline.
And Steve and Janet. Mm-hmm. So I guess let's do Ellen and Noah, because that takes up the least amount of space.
We were already been talking about Donna and David. Why don't we finish theirs?
Oh, okay. Let's finish Donna and David. All right.
So Donna and David. David shows up.
Yeah.
At Donna's apartment, right? Or is this his house?
When? At the end?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk real quick first about
everybody else
to give context.
Real quick.
No, not everyone else. Just the rest of the Donna and David storyline.
Okay.
So the stuff's going on with Camille, obviously, but in the meantime, too, she comes into the radio station. See, this is why she's called No Context Carol. She comes into the radio, his radio booth or whatever,
at the After Dark,
with her arms around him and stuff. He says, this is funny too. He's like, "Man, I've been so happy on the air. I'm so afraid they were going to fire me." Because he's been doing the dark brooding, like, "Oh, fucking relationships suck." Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Hey, why don't you fucking come over to my place?" And he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be late. It's gonna be like 2:00. Maybe a different day." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Yeah, he's like, "I don't get off till 2. That's so late for
getting off." And so she goes to the bar and talks to Steve. And Steve's having his own problems, which we'll get to, but he's over there because Janet's been working a lot. And at first, they both order dark ales or whatever. Dark and brooding beer, please. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "No, a light beer. No mineral water."
Yeah.
And they're talking about it. She's like, "Hey, so Janet's working late. You're not seeing her a lot, right?" And stuff. She's like, "But that's okay." And she's like, if, let's say that you want to do stuff and, if she's getting off late, it's not, and he's like, "Hey, look, you make time for the stuff you want. If you fucking want it, doesn't matter. 2 a.m. doesn't matter." And she's like, "Yeah, but, what if there's, a bunch of stuff, interrupting you and stuff, mood killer type of stuff?" He's like, "Who gives a fuck?" Mm-hmm. He's like, "If you want someone, you fucking take them."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, that is how it should be, isn't it?" And so she gets into her head that David doesn't want to be with her.
Yeah, she's like, "He just loves me like a sister."
Yeah. That he doesn't want to fuck her.
You were just making out, a few hours ago, a day ago, whatever. Chill. Chill, lady.
So, as you said, he comes over after, at the end of the episode, he comes over to, she comes over to his house.
Yeah, he invites her to his house.
And he's got the yearbook. I think it's his yearbook, or is it her yearbook?
It is her yearbook.
That he signed.
Mm-hmm. I think it's her house. I think he's at her house.
All right. The Malibu Barbie Beach house?
I think so.
All right.
But yeah, so he has her yearbook that apparently he X'd out his face or some shit because he thought it was an ugly picture.
Yeah, it's really weird. The whole thing's weird.
He reads his whole thing he wrote in her yearbook about how someday he's going to marry her.
Yeah, he's like, she's like, "Oh, you don't, because she says, you think of me, maybe you think of me as a sister, you don't want to kiss me or whatever." And he's like, "No, that's not the case." And she's like, "Because, maybe you do want to see the new underwear I bought over, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, you bought new underwear?" He's like, "I bought something too, but let me read you this first."
Yeah.
It's very easily telegraphed.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he reads this whole thing about, how, "Oh, I fucking love you, and I say I want a career in the music industry. That's what I want for my life, but that's a lie. What I want is you. I want to marry you. And Steve said you'd never fucking date me."
Yeah. Steve and his jock friends.
Right. Brandon? Like, who's he talking about?
Yeah, that's a good question. Steve didn't have friends in high school.
No, I mean, he did, I guess, but like we didn't see any of them.
Yeah, it was more college when he got popular. Anyway.
But yeah, so he's like, so come inside, and there's candles lit everywhere, like it's a fucking fire hazard.
And then he gets down on one knee.
He's got the ring. He says, "Will you marry me?" And she says, "Of course."
No, she doesn't.
Let me think about it.
Yeah. I'm so pissed. I'm yelling at the fucking screen. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Because she's like, how could you do this? I need to think about it.
Not the kind of us he was hoping for.
And he's like, yeah, that's okay. And he's all like smiling at her like, fuck you. I wouldn't. Guys have a lot of pressure having to propose. And like, that's not a nice response, Donna.
No, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing is clearly now leading up to them getting married, right?
Well, there's only 2 episodes left. So they're not going to get married. They're just going to get officially engaged.
Okay. Well, anyway. So yeah, that's kind of how their storyline wraps up. That's the cliffhanger we leave off on. What is going to happen? And then, of course, there's just going to be... This show makes me so sick of talking. Because, of course, next episode, there's just going to be a bunch of talking about their relationship. Should we get married? Is it too soon? We've known each other. Fucking do it.
Right?
Oh, my God. They took forever to have sex. Like, just fucking...
Yeah, they move at a snail's pace.
They really do.
And then we have Kelly and Matt.
Kelly and Matt.
And Dylan.
And Dylan.
Kelly and Matt are working on wedding planning shit. They're driving down the coast to go
PCH.
Talking about how they're going to go sample like wine and desserts.
This guy did Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley's wedding.
And she's like, you could have final say on the food. Let me have final say on the music.
Because he wants to listen to like big band music in the car or something?
I don't know. But she doesn't even turn it to music. She turns it to a radio thing.
She turns it to this channel. It's Exposition News.
And they're talking about how there's like huge waves and it's definitely like dangerous surfing weather.
At Point Place or fucking Piermont Place or something. Or Hidalgo Point.
Wherever. But she's like, oh my God, Donna said that Dylan was going to be there today.
Dylan's up there. Hey, guess what? A Dylan-shaped surfer is dead.
So
if you love this man and want to suck his penis, you should stop up here and see if it's him. So she's like, oh my God, we got to go and see if it's him.
And Matt kindly drives her to the beach. And they see a corpse getting
this
put
is
in an ambulance.
fucked up too. Like, not a body bag, not a sheet over it or whatever. It's wrapped up like a fucking horror movie villain. Like they have a rope tied around its neck.
Right, you can totally see.
So you can see the outline of a body really well. Like that's not how they package up corpses.
Crazy. And then they go to the fucking morgue.
Yeah. And apparently she's been trying to call him all day or whatever, and she can't get a hold of him. And so, they're at the morgue, and she's telling the guy, she's telling the lady at the morgue, the nurse, she's like, is it him? And she's like, we can't tell you because we haven't.
She's like, I know this is where they take the bodies.
And she says to Matt, isn't there a way you said we could run the license plate? Because they see a car, and she's like, I think that's his new car. But I don't know the license plate number, and I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. And she's like to Matt, I thought you said we could run the plate or whatever. He's like, not legally.
So I guess he has access to that shit as a lawyer? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe he has access to cops. Like maybe he knows cops that could do it or whatever, off the books or whatever. But so she's freaking out and everything.
Absolutely.
And she says to the nurse, and this, I think, I do kind of see her point on this part. She says to the nurse, she's like, look, he doesn't fucking have any family anyway. If you're just sitting here waiting to contact family, whatever, like, they're not going to find him. And she goes, it's Dylan McKay is his name. If it's not him, just tell me.
Right.
She could easily just say, no, his name's not Dylan McKay.
She could, but she doesn't. She just stares at her. And then her phone rings.
And she, like, looks down at the phone like, hey, why don't you pick that up? So she picks it up, and it's Dylan.
Yeah. I mean, like, the nurse or morgue lady or whatever could have just been like, I've never heard a name like that or something without even directly answering her question.
But it does seem like she could confirm that's not him.
Yeah.
Without giving the name, just saying like, no, it's not. This name's not Dylan McKay.
People get weird about that though, because you can get in a lot of trouble for breaking the HIPAA laws.
Sure.
And like when my mom had surgery, and I went to go see her after the surgery, they were just like, "Oh, she's not here." And I was like, "What do you mean she's not here? What does that mean? Is she dead? Did she get discharged? What do you mean?" And they couldn't tell me anything. Nothing. It was so scary.
Where was she?
Home.
Oh, okay.
She didn't get the surgery.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
Actually, she wasn't even home. She was with my grandma who drove her to the place. So, like, I got home and no one was there either.
Oh, my God.
It was really scary.
And then you talk to your grandma, and your grandma's like, I can't tell you where she is. She's in a better place. She was at Target. But anyway, so she talks to Dylan, and Dylan's like, yeah, I decided to ride the rails. Like
What
a
a
hobo.
freak. He's a millionaire and he's fucking hopping trains.
Yeah.
He's such a weirdo.
And he's in the Salinas Valley. Looking up, I don't know, John Steinbeck locations.
So she had called him bunches of times and he's like, so I know you were looking for me. You were blowing up my phone, whatever. And they don't really talk. But he goes home, so the next day they see each other.
She's like, I was wrong about something.
Yeah, she says that. You're right.
And yeah, so she goes and she's like, let's take a walk on the beach. She's like, no. And she's like, come on, it's a beautiful day. Let's walk on the
first he's at the Peach Pit.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Because the beginning of the episode, he's at the Peach Pit, and he sees her and Matt, and Matt's like, oh, I got your food right here. He's like, oh, it's to go. And he's like, no, you said for here. And he's like, nods at them, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And
then he points to Matt's hair and he's like, hey, what's going on there?
Now after all the phone calls and everything, the next day he shows up at the Peach Pit and he's just like, hey guys, what's up? Like he's all fucking happy.
Yeah.
He knows. And then she shows up at his place.
And yeah, she's like, I want to take a walk. And he's like, no. And she's like, on the beach, come on. I think that has some sort of special significance to them, right?
Well, I mean, like when they were hooking up behind Brenda's back, they did it at the beach. Yeah. I don't know if that means anything.
I feel like walking on the beach has some sort of special significance, or supposed to have some sort of special significance.
I don't know, but he's like, that's not going to do anything for us. Walking on the beach won't change anything for us.
Yeah, he's like, because she says, like you fucking, like you propositioned to me or whatever. She's like, the only way I could think about you not being in my life is you to be dead. And she's like, and that like scared me or whatever. She's like, but being with you, like, I would be afraid that I would lose you to addiction or another woman or your inevitable disinterest in me. Mm-hmm. And he's like, which, is fair, honestly. And he's like, yeah, like you said, he's like, walking on the beach isn't going to do what we need to do or whatever. It's not going to get us here. And he picks up her hand with the ring on it. Mm-hmm. And says, like, it's not going to get us here. Because he wants to be engaged to her, I guess.
So she gets up and walks out.
Are we ever going to deal with Matt's infidelity?
Apparently not.
It's like the elephant in the room.
But it's not, because they're just not, like, acknowledging it at all. No one is. It's not even having an effect anymore. It's all about Kelly now.
Yeah.
And then Matt shows up at Kelly's, and he looks shaken, and he's like...
not stirred.
No. And he's like, so my brother... was driving home at work from work in New York, and there's a pileup
on the Long Island Expressway. Where is he working?
I don't know.
He's taking the Long Island Expressway, but whatever.
And he mentioned that he was driving.
Does he live on Long Island? Is that
maybe?
What it is?
And he mentions that he was driving home to his pregnant wife.
Yeah. So Matt's baby.
Yeah, because remember, Matt donated sperm so they could get pregnant. Mm-hmm. He's like, now I've got to go to my brother's funeral. How am I going to do that?
We saw the surfer and like thing, and you were all worried it was him. Or you had he says something that's really weird. He's like, you had this premonition. You immediately thought it was Dylan or whatever, and he's like, I heard there was a pileup on the Long Island Expressway, and I didn't feel anything.
Oh yeah, he does say that.
So it's like, is he in his grief saying like it's weird, or is he saying that she feels so strongly about Matt
Dylan.
I mean Matt Dillon. She feels so strongly about Dylan and is so connected to him or whatever that when she hears something bad that might have happened to him, that she immediately thinks about him, and he doesn't think about his like that she's even more close and has more love or whatever for Dylan than he does for his brother. Like, is that what he's trying to say?
Maybe. I don't know. They kind of gloss over that, but that could be. I mean, I think he's just kind of in shock and just talking.
But he's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. She's like, I'll go with you. I'll take care of everything.
So it's like, I feel like she was maybe going to finally talk about it, and instead she's just like, oh, I got to take care of you, Matt.
Yep. I think that's exactly what's happening.
So is she ever going to? Or is this what's going to stop it from happening?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. But, so the brother that we met in one episode is dead.
And the wife is pregnant with Matt's baby.
I mean, I'm sad, I guess. I don't know. We didn't know much about him.
Do you think there's any chance that Matt's going to be like, I need to stay here and take care of this baby now that my brother's dead?
Maybe. I need to stay and take care of my brother's...
And my ex-wife who's in a mental institution. Like, he really should be back in New York. He's got a lot of responsibilities there.
Oh, my God. Get out of this show, dude.
Right? Okay, what next?
Wow, you're super fucking engaged in this, aren't you? What next? Well, aren't you guys glad you're listening to this? Fucking what do we talk about now?
No, seriously.
Janet and Steve are the last storyline.
Did we already talk about Noah?
Yeah, well, not really, I guess. Noah and Ellen, did we not?
I don't think so.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to transition to Noah and Ellen, and Noah and Ella?
Ellen.
Noah and Ellen, and you were like, wait, let's finish the storyline. Yeah, okay, so.
Let's talk about them real fast, and then we can talk about the other one.
Yeah, because this is not much, really.
It's kind of something, but we just hate him so much. I think it just... And Ellen...
It's not even that I hate either of them that much. It's just this feels like a waste, and it's just like, just be done with this. Yeah. And it feels forced. I said this during the episode. I'm like... It feels like they whipped up this character last minute because they knew, like, oh, we're going to want Donna to end up with David. So Noah's going to be alone. We should just create some woman for him to have sex with to give him a happy ending, too. So, they like everything about the storyline feels super forced. But they start with him at AA, and he's like, yeah... I drink, like I drink, and that's why I lost my relationship with Donna, and because I lost my relationship with Donna, I drink, and it's like, that's alcoholism for you, folks.
And they all chuckle, and then he looks in the doorway and sees Ellen, and she runs out, because apparently her feelings are super hurt, because he's talking about Donna.
Yeah. Like, and she's like, you should be able to fucking vent in this place, and, I can't hear this, or whatever.
Yeah, so she's going to only go to meetings, I don't know, where? In Long Island? No, but...
Long Island? That's a hell of a fucking commute.
No, I know, but she's like, I'll just go to the meetings out by my mom.
Brentwood, I think is what she said.
Yeah. So...
Where OJ murdered that girl, probably.
So that's what they're going to do. And then... She fucking calls him and talks about...
Or he calls her.
I don't know. One of them calls the other one, and she's going over her list. She's like, I have a list, a to-do list every day. I have to pick my daughter up from school. Mm-hmm. I have to make her dinner. I have to check the mail. Right. And she's like, and I can only focus on this list and nothing else. Uh-huh. Because I'm so fucking weak and incompetent as an adult woman that I can't take on a single other thing.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. And then the next thing you know, they're having another conversation where she's like, I want you on my list.
Well, in between that, and this is the thing I really want to talk about.
Please.
He calls her over to the batting cages.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because he's like, I don't know, in crisis or whatever about what's going on with Donna and David, I guess. I don't know. Mm-mm. And we see him swing, and he has this is a terrible swing.
Yes, Mark was very upset about this.
This is a really, really bad swing. It's all fucking arms and, like, torso and stuff like that. I mean, like, it's a bad swing.
I feel like you should take me to the batting cages just because it would be, like, so upsetting to you. It'd be amusing.
Oh, if you had a bad swing? But, I mean, like, what upsets me about this whole thing is I don't think everyone, like, in the world needs to have a good swing or whatever. But, like, presumably, they knew this scene was coming up. They didn't have anyone to consult. Not even one of the writers knows how to swing a bat.
Apparently.
Like, I mean, what upsets me about this is somebody should have been like, oh, no, that doesn't look good. Like, and tell him how to do it better.
Well, maybe the actress who plays Ellen should have taught him.
Yeah, because she has a better swing than he does, for sure. Oh, my God. It was I like, and she's like, I can't do this. I can't swing or whatever. And I'm like, don't let him teach you. And he comes over. He's like, look, just stand here or whatever like this. And I'm thinking, like, are they going to do a fucking scene where he explains to her how to swing a baseball bat? Because I'm going to lose my fucking mind. And he doesn't. He's just like, stand like this and have faith in yourself or whatever. And she swings better. But, like, I'm thinking, like, he's going to be like, oh, twist your hips and, like, like all this stuff and everything. I'm like, you're not doing that. I was going to be so upset. But, yeah, this is a terrible swing. But, yeah, like you said, then afterwards, she comes up. She didn't call him. She comes up.
No, it's all on the phone.
No, it's not all on the phone. She comes up to the After Dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she goes
to the bar. That's dangerous.
She's physically at the bar.
All right.
And he's unloading bottles of beer that say Beeks.
Oh, yeah.
Beeks.
I remember you mentioning that, yeah.
And she's like, she's like, no Rolling Stones or whatever instead of Rolling Rock. Rolling Pebble beer. Mm-hmm. And she's like, hey, I want you on my list kind of thing, like you said. He's like, you sure? You sure you want this Muppet on your list? And then they kiss. And that's how, like, it just, like I said, it feels super forced.
Puke. It's just annoying and awful.
Yeah, just get rid of them.
All right, now we can talk about Steve and Janet.
Steven and Janetta. Sosna.
What in the fuck?
That's her full name, Janetta.
It is not. So Janet is working at the paper.
Their child's name is Maddie, right? Mm-hmm. She bites her.
Oh, yeah.
Janet bites the baby. No, the baby bites Janet. And she's like, oh, my God, what the fuck? What is this white thing? Oh, it's a tooth. And he's like, yeah, I knew she was getting a tooth. And she's like, oh, my God, I missed the first tooth. He's like, you're going to miss everything.
Well, you didn't miss the first tooth. Your nipple got it, so I think you're all right.
Right.
But, yeah, so she's feeling guilty about that, and she's working at the paper.
And he's lamenting how much she's working. He's really upset about it.
Like, get over yourself. This whole situation bugs me. He's so whiny.
Yes, I know. I agree. But he's not even giving it any kind of chance. No. Like, maybe she's at work a lot, and maybe she needs to figure out a way to balance her home life and her work life a little bit better. But, like, just like you said, whining at her about it's not going to help.
Yeah. But that's basically what's going on. Was there more to this story than him whining at her? Because I really don't remember.
Yeah. He's like, look, remember we said we would only sell the paper if we both agreed to it, if it was something we wanted to do? He's like, well, I don't want to sell the paper anymore. I miss being a publisher, publishing my own newspaper. And he has some ideas and stuff like that because he's been reading the Beverly Beat. He has some ideas of stuff he'd want to do. And he gives her some suggestions and stuff, and they don't do them, and he's all mad about it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to sell the paper anymore. And she's like, well, we really need to talk about this. And she's being given an additional opportunity. So, like, there's this, like glossy, like, fucking prestigious magazine or whatever that she can work on. It's the kind of writing that she's wanted to do and stuff. Mm-hmm. So essentially, she'd be leaving the Beverly Beat and to go to work at this other place, this other newspaper that this guy owns, or it's a magazine that this guy owns. And so she comes down. She's like, look, I thought about it, and I feel very strongly, too. I don't want to pass up this opportunity. And so then he starts being like a whiny asshole, and he's like, well, guess what? You're going to fucking miss first day of kindergarten. You're going to miss first dance. You're going to miss road trips to see colleges.
Because apparently no woman can work without being a terrible mother, Steve.
And that's sort of her point, too. So, yeah, there's a lot of conflict there. And he's like, well, so we kind of leave it at a crossroads where it's like, but I feel like there has to be some sort of compromise.
Yeah, I mean, there should be, and I hope that, like, next episode they figure that shit out, because otherwise he's going to be miserable or he's going to be a douche. I don't really see a, like, way that this goes better unless they figure something else out.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of things to fucking hash out in the next episode.
Yeah.
So I hope they do.
Me too. 2 hours of Now 2.0 coming up.
Yeah, we can't wait till next week, folks. But that is the episode for this week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own yearbook.
You can write us at latefee1994 at AOL.com.
Yep.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com and share the tapes with your friends.
Oh, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.